My name is Bashir Okhai, and I'm doing this story, my life story, for Colourful Heritage. The decision was made because we were in Malawi in Africa, and they'd got independence, etc. And we felt that life would be probably better in the United Kingdom because we were British passport holders as part of the colonies of the UK. And my elder brother had come over. My other second brother was already studying in St. Andrews University. He was becoming a doctor of medicine. And therefore Dundee seemed to be the right choice to migrate to. My brother came in April 1966 and I followed in November 1966. I came in November 66 and I was 11 years old at that time, and my brother was much older than me. He's 25 years older than me, because at that time airlines, you could fly and they would designate a stewardess to look after you right through your journey and hand you over to whoever was meeting you at the other end. So I was looked after by the airline staff once I boarded till I was delivered to my brother at Edinburgh Airport. My parents were still living in Malawi. We had businesses there as well, which they then decided to wind down before moving here in 1973, as far as I can remember. He treated me more like a son rather than a brother, as also my babi. And I've always been more of a son to them than a brother, sort of thing. It was a great adventure as far as I was concerned, that you're going to a new country and let's see what happens, sort of thing. So as a young kid, you just say, oh, great, I'm going to fly in an airplane or whatever, and you looked forward to all that. And then you arrived here, and obviously we had family here, so I just settled in quite comfortably. I was too young to go into business at 11, so I went into primary school, and then from there into secondary school, and then onwards. Although I was a novelty in the primary school because I was the only Asian child there. I've always felt that the Scottish community is more attuned to accepting other nationalities. I settled in, but there are always people who will have an issue. But generally, I would say 90 to 95% of Scots accepted you readily, and you didn't have an issue. I think basically I carried on with my secondary education. Yes, obviously my brother Ibrahim was a very, very big influence on my way of thinking, and how to conduct not only your business life but also your family life as well. And generally, as I said earlier, I treated him as my father. I knew him because I came so young, I knew him more of a father than my own father, although I had a great respect for my father. And when he moved over, he also told me, you do what your brother tells you, and listen to him, because that will stand you in good stead. My brother was born in 1940 as the heir. I think they moved in the late 30s into Malawi. And some people had gone to Africa, and the early explorers as such, and they felt that life was good there. So steadily, my grandfather went to Malawi. And then soon after that, my father came, and then my mother, and then we, the present generation, were all born in Malawi. We are from the Memon community. It's in the northern part of India, of Gujarat, and although there is a lot of Gujarati community, Memons have originated from there. And actually the name Okhai originates from that, because the place that we were was called Okha Port in northern India. And the name Okhai stuck, and we used it because it's quite appropriate in Scotland as Okhai the New. So it's a very memorable name. And the Memon community is a very small community. We have our own language, but it's not written. There are no alphabets. It's just passed from generation to generation. It's losing its impetus in future generations, like some of my children don't even know how to speak it, and probably that's my fault for not teaching them the language. But Memons have always been known as business people. If you look at the history of Pakistan, it was the Memon community that sacrificed a lot to get Pakistan up and running. And generally, 90% of Memons you'll find are business people and entrepreneurs. And we do okay.